The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
Hey, good morning. It's Monday, January 2nd, and today we've got some winter weather coming this way, winter weather advisory. So be advised, most of the area from 4 p.m. today until 1 p.m. Tuesday, freezing rain and some light accumulation, some light snow. It is going to warm up to a high of 32 later tonight. More freezing rain. They say this is weird. I've never seen this before in all the forecasts that I've read in the last almost 20 years.
The weather people are out of control.
The freezing rain accumulation. 0.1 to 0.3 inches. I did not know they got down to that small. But that sounds to me like that's,
So what is that, a third of an inch?
Yeah. Which that's a good amount of ice.
That's enough to make it a mess.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So just be careful. Low down to 30.
I tell you, once freezing rain starts, I do not move.
Oh, yeah.
I don't go outside.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing you can do on the ice. I don't care if you have 8-wheel drive.
Right.
On ice, nothing.
And the salt that they've put out can't really do much because all that is falling and just covering all that stuff
That's
up.
why I still don't understand. Given the condition of Michigan's roads anyway, why can't I have studs on my tires?
Ooh.
I love studs on my tires. Because you've seen ice racing.
Yeah.
That happens. They got studs on their tires.
I've seen ice road truckers. Is that the same thing?
Maybe.
Those are chains, though.
But again, where I was a small kid, in Washington State, you can still have studs on your tires. I think you can do it from November 1 to April 1.
This is different from chains. So
very different. Just little nibs of steel that are in your tire, and they just grip the road.
So you need to swap out your tires. You do special tires for that. Okay. So there's winter tire, and then there's stud tire.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Winter tread, stud tread.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, the studs are fantastic.
Yeah.
You don't slip.
But probably not good for the roads.
Again,
maybe. I guess if they're using it over there,
let's go head to head and see whose roads are in better condition right now. Hey, Bill.
There you go. There's Ken's campaign for studs on the tires. I think studs on the tires that was a country song, wasn't it?
It should be a band name. Studs on the tires.
All right, let's find out what's happening in the news this morning. WSJM News is brought to you by our friends at Cornerstone Alliance. See gomichigan.com, Cornerstone Alliance.
WSJM News now. Team coverage from the WSJM newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. Good morning. Here's some of the local stories that we're following for you today. This Wednesday, Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer set to deliver her 6th State of the State address. We've been hearing from our state representatives this week and last week about priorities and expectations, including what they'd like to hear from the governor. Concluding our series, we talked with State Representative Brad Paquette, who points to previous speeches as an indication of what we are likely to hear.
From the track record of history, there's a phrase she often uses to get things done. And I've always taken an issue with that phrase, because when you break down, well, what is this word things? Where does that come from? Who comes up with these things?
Paquette points to lobbyists and campaign contributions as the drivers of a lot of these things that happen in state government. He says improving transparency around campaign money and reining in undisclosed gifts to politicians is what he would like to hear the governor address.
So a lot of us on the Democrat side and Republican side have a good consensus on putting some ethics reform in to limit what lobbyists can give, bias, gifts, things along those lines, and then also the trips and the dark money that pours in to influence people's votes. So I'm hoping she talks about that a little bit.
Some reforms were passed by the legislature and signed into law by the governor last year, including requiring public officials and candidates seeking elected office to file financial disclosures with the Department of State. Supporters of the voter-approved Proposal 1 say that's a start, but more needs to be done. The governor's speech is set for this Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, and you can hear it live right here on WSJM.
Nice.
Yeah. Michigan State Police recruiters will be in Benton Harbor this week looking for a few good trooper candidates. On Wednesday, MSP will be at the Michigan Works location in Benton Harbor talking with individuals interested in a career in law enforcement. MSP Lieutenant Duane Robinson says the visit is part of a new strategy to get more candidates through the door.
We understand that, hiring today is different from in the past. So we just have to change up our format, change up our strategies, and think of new ways of attracting applicants.
Recruiters will be on site to assist with the application process for trooper and motor carrier officer positions, and the required civil service test will be administered. Robinson says the MSP is looking for candidates who meet the basic requirements and want to serve their community.
And just be a person that's willing to be a community-oriented person that wants to give back, whether it's to their hometown or to another location throughout the state.
The Benton Harbor hiring event starts at 10 a.m. We have all the information and a link for people to register at our website, WSJM.com. And speaking of the governor, Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer appeared yesterday on CBS Face the Nation. Margaret Brennan was in Michigan for the interview on Saturday, a day before Florida Governor Ron DeSantis dropped out. They covered abortion, economy, politics, Israel, and other issues. Brennan pressed Whitmer on whether President Joe Biden was doing enough on issues like abortion and helping automakers with the transition to EVs. She also asked if Michigan Democrats can deliver the state for Biden.
Are you concerned here in Michigan about the state staying blue?
I think everyone should always focus on Michigan. It's always going to be close in this state. You cannot make any assumptions about what the next election is going to bring based on the last one in a state like this. You got to show up. Got to do the work and show people that you really care about them.
It's still a purple state.
Absolutely.
Look for the governor to be playing a large role in working to deliver Michigan for the president. She did, however, say it would be good if the president were more vocal on issues like abortion. The president expected to visit Michigan later this month. In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg.
Dave Wolf has sports for us in just a few minutes. Right now, let's find out what's happening with the nation and the world with ABC News.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. It's down to the final two, former President Donald Trump and his one-time UN ambassador, Nikki.
Bum, 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 bum.
Hey, good morning, everybody.
Hello.
That's watching on our live stream.
Bum, bum,
The
bum,
stream
bum.
of live. Coming to you live. I'm bummed out that Margaret Brennan was in Michigan, and I didn't know this until after she probably headed back
I know.
to Washington.
The Margaret Brennan fan club did
I'm
not do their job.
I know. I'm part of that club, and nobody sent me a newsletter about it. So whatever.
Yeah.
She's,
the governor,
she's good.
governor looking really cool, having the embroidered Detroit Lions thing on her lapel. Let me see if I can find a picture.
So it was like a leather jacket.
Yeah, like a leather-ish type jacket.
But-
I don't know if she wears real leather.
I don't know.
It was on her lapel though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's see.
And it's great that Margaret Brennan came to Michigan because, I mean, sometimes they'll do the Zoom call or video call, but it sounds like she wanted to do a more in-depth sit down. Did they play all that on Face the Nation, or are they going to do like a full-on big feature thing?
They played a piece of it on
Ooh.
Face the Nation, and then the full interview is available, of course, on the CBS website.
Yes, the CBS News app.
Yeah. But let me see here. I'll come
You
over
have to
here.
find that one. Check that out.
See the little lapel?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that nice?
Very nice.
Yeah. See?
Yeah.
Nice. Isn't
Yeah.
that nice? I don't know
There
if
you
you
go.
can see that. It's a very tiny little lion, but it's there.
A tiny lion.
A tiny
Yeah,
lion.
with the Lions logo. So that's good.
Well, the
Yeah,
big
I'm sure
lions
she
were
was
on the field.
I'm sure she was excited about that. I'm curious because they've been wearing the all blue
Mhm.
uniforms, and then they've got the silver helmets. I'm wondering if they'll stick with it.
Can
Or,
the-
they're gonna be now switching to they got to wear the away jerseys now because they're going to San Francisco.
I was going to ask, does anyone outside of the Lions organization have a say in what the Lions wear? Could they choose to wear whatever they want?
They might poll the fans, because what I really liked, they did this earlier in the season.
Mhm.
They wore all silver, like their
The old
jerseys
school
were.
stuff?
It was all silver jerseys, silver pants, and then they wore blue helmets with the old Lions logo, the old school Lions logo on it. And I thought that was a really cool look, and I think that would be a great one for their game on. Was it Sunday that they're going to be playing?
Yeah, at 3:30, I think.
So
Yeah.
that's my vote. Or you could go the classic, so I think silver pants, white jerseys, or blue pants, white jerseys. I don't know. It's a tough choice. They have so many choices with their wardrobe. But the blue on blue has been great.
Yeah.
Because they used to do, the blue with the silver, but lately they've been doing a lot of the blue on blue, and I think that it's a good look. What's also a good look is when they win in the end. I honestly don't care what jerseys they wear as long as they win.
It was a pretty exciting game. Were you worried at any point?
Yes, because it stayed pretty close. I mean, I think it was 10-10 at halftime. So it was tied up at halftime. And so I was like, it's gonna be a close one. And even some people were starting to doubt, like, can the Lions do this? But they did. They pulled away.
Yeah.
We got the talent. We got a talented group of players, but they've also got a talented group of people, not only the coaching staff, but also the general manager, getting all those guys and drafting all those players. They've done well in the draft the past few years.
All coming together.
Yeah. So one of everybody's favorites is I was watching a little thing before the game about Aiden Hutchinson, their defensive lineman. And he's went to Michigan, of course, but he basically has stayed in that region his entire life. He grew up, his dad went to Michigan, and he grew up around that area. And he went to one of the high schools in the Detroit Ann Arbor region over there on the other side of the state. So he hasn't had to move very far. Obviously he moves into a bigger house when he gets big money, but other than that, he knows how to get his way around he needs to go.
Sports ball.
Yeah. So
it's going to be good. So this week we get all the stories about the teams.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll get more in-depth stuff about players and what it's like to
Taylor Swift's reaction to Jason Kelce.
Yeah, Jason Kelce taking his shirt off. I gotta do some more digging and figure out because I remember watching the very beginning of the show or the game, and he had a shirt on, and then all of a sudden they cut to him later, he had no shirt on. So I got to figure out what happened in the game. And what happened and what caused him to take his shirt off?
Let's see. According to
a couple beers.
Well, he's got a beer in his hand, and you can just see how big that guy is because the can looks small.
Yeah. And that's not a lot of fat. He's a lot of muscle because he's an offensive lineman for the NFL. So
he's living his best life. He says it says here when brother Travis scored a touchdown, Jason celebrated by ripping off his shirt and screaming in support.
Gotcha. All right, let's get back to the show.
That's what I usually do.
Yeah, absolutely. I celebrate by taking my shirt off. Hey, good morning. Sorry, we were just talking about guys taking their shirts off for the football game. It was a very exciting time for the NFL. Of course, everybody around here that loves the Lions, being able to see that whole thing go down and to see the Buccaneers go down. So now the Lions are one win away from the big game, but they got to get through this San Francisco 49ers team, which those guys are pretty darn good.
Yeah.
But anyways, got a lot of things to get to this morning. What are we going to talk about here today? We haven't even talked about it because there's so many things.
Friday, Sports Illustrated. So,
what's going on with Sports Illustrated?
Friday, everything became all of a sudden uncertain in this world when we were talking about Sports Illustrated, because we started seeing news stories pop up that said Sports Illustrated has fired their entire staff,
right,
and may or may not ever publish again. Talking about Sports Illustrated. But since then, it's still become a little bit more murky and a little more clouded. It's clear they did lay off a whole bunch of people on Friday.
Yeah.
It's clear that they haven't kept up their part of the bargain as far as publishing rights. And so today we expect more information to become available and clear. But the future of Sports Illustrated was totally uncertain on Friday. That was after the publisher laid off most or close to all of its guild represented staff, according to the union. According to a memo sent to staff, the publisher said it's laying off staff that work on the SI brand. Yeah, this gets a little complicated in the publishing field because Authentic Brands Group has owned the magazine and website since 2019. It sold the publishing rights to Arena Group, but the company missed a recent payment for those publishing rights, and
Whoops.
ABG revoked the rights, and so then Arena Group had to do something, and what it chose to do was lay off most, if not all, of the people at Sports Illustrated.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So what it said is this is another difficult day in what's been a difficult 4 years for Sports Illustrated under Arena Group. The union said that they're calling on ABG to ensure, that's the original publisher, to ensure the continued publication of SI and allow it to serve the audience in a way it has for nearly 70 years. But for 70 years, it's been there. And as of last Friday, it may no longer.
Now, you said the rights were pulled. Does that mean someone else can go after it?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. So
if somebody else can come in and say they like the SI brand, they like the website, they think they see profitability in it,
sure,
and could do it. But for some reason, Arena had it for 4 years. They couldn't do it.
I think with Sports Illustrated, what I've always noticed is that they didn't really adapt as much as they should have. They stayed sort of we print the magazine.
Right.
Yeah, we do some online stuff, but I don't think they
move.
really figured out a way to that's kind of create those subscriptions for online stuff, or maybe some exclusive content that's online. They really kind of stuck with, well, what we can sell on the newsstands. And we know a lot of magazines, they weren't selling nearly as many magazines as they did before.
You had a lot of publishers feel this pain and choose to adapt because a lot of them forgot that they were in the business of transmitting information. And when they said that we no longer need the 55-gallon barrels of ink in order to make a profit.
Sure.
Those companies that did that and went to the internet, they're still in business.
Right.
And so you saw New York Times, Washington Post, Wall Street Journal, any of the major publications, they have a huge, if not predominant, online, and the print is just kind of a nice on top of.
Right. And wasn't the New York Times the ones that got rid of like their entire sports staff? Ended up switching to the Athletic, which the Athletic they purchased and made under their umbrella. So they're like, okay, those guys can handle all that sports stuff.
Maybe they'll be the one of the companies looking at SI.
Biggest question though, out of this entire thing.
Yeah, right.
Did they already take the photos for the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue?
I don't know.
Is that ready to go? Is that ready for print?
When does that typically come out?
I'm trying to remember.
Let's see.
I've not had a Sports. I used to have a Sports Illustrated subscription when I was younger.
Yeah.
And we always had the Sports Illustrated in our house every single week. We were reading it all the time because we love the sports ball. But I can't remember when the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue comes out.
Yeah, it's funny because I just click on the link for swimsuitsi.com. And it comes up with a blank website. There's nothing there. This site can't be reached. So either Terry, our engineer, has blocked the swimsuit edition.
Could we buy the rights to the Sports Illustrated?
Sure. If we have enough money. I mean, whatever. I don't know what they're asking for right now.
Is it just like they forgot to do their domain for their website? Now you're going to have
no. They have that.
Just the full-on rights for everything. Well, that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. So we'll keep you updated on that whole thing. Some other things going on. What's going on with the Royals? Because we talked about this last week,
right?
About how the king, and then the what is she? I think she's a princess. She's princess, but Princess of Wales. Yeah. They were going to the doctor,
Kate Middleton.
But then I saw another thing that another royal is going to the doctor. Duchess of York was diagnosed with melanoma.
Oh no.
Sarah Ferguson, spokesperson, says the malignant skin cancer was discovered when a dermatologist was removing and analyzing several moles, and this happened while Fergie was undergoing reconstructive surgery after a mastectomy. And then her rep also says the Duchess of York is being looked at to make sure that this has been caught in the early stages. The Mayo Clinic says that the melanoma can be treated successfully if discovered early. So I don't. What's up with the Royals?
Yeah.
Why is everybody?
Well,
I mean, they're going for different things, but it's like,
yeah. I mean, if you think about people with fair skin in general,
Sure.
and Fergie's one of those, they are at higher risk
yeah.
of the UV stuff,
Mhm.
and leading to skin cancer. And so, I would think at some point she was doing a lot of public appearances.
Sure.
You got to watch that. It's something you also have to watch more often than not. You wouldn't believe this, but members of Congress have a lot of skin tags treated and examined to see if it's melanoma of some sort, because they're out in the public eye a lot. They're marching in parades and they're getting beat down by the sun. So
Doing a speech here and there
gotta
somewhere.
be careful.
Yeah.
Got to be careful.
Yeah. This is why I don't go outside.
That's why you see a lot of them wearing baseball caps.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, the classic. I always love the political costumes of. Oh, well, you're going to go somewhere.
Uniform, not costume. Uniform.
You can't wear your suit, but still wear your suit. Just take your suit jacket off and put a regular coat on, like a leather jacket or something.
And
like
don't forget
that.
the rolled up sleeves.
You
too.
got to do
And
the rolled
then
up sleeves.
Sling the jacket over the shoulder.
The rolled up sleeves have to happen for to show that you're doing some work.
Yeah.
You're putting the work in.
Yeah. Speaking of work, we're going to talk later on this week, probably not here on the morning show because it doesn't work schedule wise, but with Congressman Bill Huizenga.
Oh, yeah.
He's in town. So he asked if he could stop by, and we're like, yeah, absolutely.
Sure. There you go.
So we'll talk about a bunch of stuff. with him.
Nice.
Yeah. That'll be fun.
Coming up here in just a little bit, we'll catch up with news, sports, and your Bloomberg Market Minute is next.
At Sturgis Bank, it's our people that make the difference. Meet Jen Postello.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the Royals. Maybe maybe January is their annual health checkup month.
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking. Is like, man, they all just went to the doctor all at the same time, or they all just said, hey, we should check on these things.
Or because Stephanie and I started watching James Bond films this weekend again.
Nice.
Because we have to go clear up the ones that we haven't seen yet. And maybe there's an evil mastermind somewhere taking out the Royals.
It makes sense, though, about the yearly checkup.
Annual
Probably
checkups,
around the annual checkups, they've found some things. So are all of the, I was looking at this too, because I stumbled upon some of the Bond movies. Are all of them on Prime now? Because Amazon bought MGM, didn't they? Which owns the rights to the Bond movies.
Well, here's what I found. What I found is there were a bunch of them on HBO Max.
Okay.
But not all of them. Over on Prime, I think there's rental fees. So they may be over there. Excuse me. They may be over there. But it's hard to find all of them in one place. I think the only way you can do that is buy them somewhere.
Yeah, because I that's the thing I hate the most about streaming services is franchises. Like I was watching the Fast franchise. I think I've only seen there's like 10 of them now. So I was trying to watch Fast and Furious and all these other ones and catch up on some of the ones I hadn't seen. I hated it's like Where's Waldo? I have to I finished number 3. Where do I find number 4? It's not all on the same streaming service. And it's really, really annoying. But yeah, because I thought the MGM was purchased by Amazon. So I was thinking, it's only a matter of time before Prime and that video service has all of the James Bond movies. And I was excited to have it all in one place. But guess they're working on they probably still have rights for certain movies still hanging out on certain streaming services.
And we wanted to watch a James Bond, and who is it? Daniel Craig is he's one bad dude.
Yeah.
He's an awesome James Bond. I think next to Sean Connery, he might be my favorite Bond.
Ooh.
And Stephanie's too. And any of the Daniel Craigs that we had not yet seen were not available without paying a fee for the rental. So we decided to watch Die Another Day with Pierce Brosnan.
Okay.
And I was saying, Pierce Brosnan, I think he did a fine job. And I didn't know all the trivia and everything else, but apparently I chose the one movie where he was panned the most for being like a horrible James Bond.
Yeah, that was Die Another Day.
General.
Halle Berry?
Halle Berry's in that.
Yeah, that one's not good.
Yeah, because
you got to go GoldenEye. GoldenEye is his peak. Because I think Pierce Brosnan helped bring back.
Yeah.
I mean, it was really wasn't gone, but it was starting to go away because, you had Timothy Dalton. He did it. He was in the 80s. They were like meh movies. But yeah, Pierce Brosnan, when he came back with GoldenEye, I was like, okay. Yeah. And then Tomorrow Never Dies and those ones. But yeah, The Die Another Day, not as good.
Well, the storyline itself was just a combination of a whole bunch of crazy stuff. Mm-hmm. It wasn't even based on a book. It was like 3 or 4 different books. Halle Berry's swimsuit was from I don't know, Dr. No or something like that. So so there was that. There was the global warming aspect. There was the satellite aspect, going back to Moonraker. So you had a whole bunch of different stories.
It was kind of like they just decided to pander to the audience because, the swimsuit thing, they were like, oh, well, it's the same as the other scene from this other Bond movie. We're just going to change the color of the swimsuit, and people are going to love it. Yeah. So, I don't know what was going on with that. But Daniel Craig certainly brought it to a totally different level.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. They have not decided yet on who the new James Bond will be, but I think they boiled it down to a few people.
Yeah, I don't know. We were talking about, and Stephanie suggested Idris Elba. I think he'd be great.
I think he would have been great. I think he's now I think he's getting too old.
Yeah.
I would love to see him in the movie, but as 007, James Bond,
he could be Felix.
Yeah, he could be one of the characters.
American accent.
Oh, he can.
Yeah,
he can.
All right.
But all right, well, let's get back to the show here. I do love James Bond movies, and honestly, if you want to talk about James Bond movies, Michael Patrick Shields, perfect person to talk to.
Oh yeah, he likes them too.
He loves the Bond movies as well.
All right.
Let's get back to the show.
Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
Hi, this is John Prose. You're listening to The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on 94.9 WSJM.
Good morning. Just about 7:30. It's Monday, January 22nd. That is not 22nd. We have a winter weather advisory for the area starting at 4 p.m. today and then going to go all the way until 1 p.m. Tuesday. This is one we're not really looking forward to because some freezing rain could happen today. It's going to be a high of 32 later tonight. Some more freezing rain on some accumulation of ice. So just be mindful, especially if you have any evening travel plans. Might be a good idea to cancel those. Low down to 30. So that's what we got going for you this morning. Good thing is no school closings, cancellations, and delays.
Nice.
Wait, let me check real quick. Just to make sure. Because when I checked it this morning at WSJM.com and the WSJM app brought to you by Kepner's Precision Auto Crafters, there was nothing, and there's still nothing. So kids, you got to go to school.
Got
to go to school today. But that's like the first time in a week that we've been able to say that.
That's true.
Hey, nothing on the closing list.
Yeah.
So that's what we got going for us.
If that freezing rain were any earlier, I bet we'd see some.
Well, I'm worried. I'm wondering if tomorrow we'll get some because of that freezing rain. If it's going to go overnight into the next day, road crews are not going to be able to keep that.
We'll keep an eye on that.
If it stays at the freezing mark, it's going to be some nasty conditions in the morning as well. So might have to spend the night. I'm going to spend the night here, right over there.
Oh boy,
just going to put a little sleeping bag over there and be good to go. Use my emergency blanket that I have in my car.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's find out what's happening in the news this morning.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
In the WSJM Newsroom, good morning. I'm Ken Lundberg. Here's some of the local stories we're following for you. A shooting over the weekend puts one person in the hospital and one person in jail. The Cass County Sheriff's Office reporting they arrested a 23-year-old man for allegedly shooting his roommate during an argument. Sheriff Richard Benke says that on Saturday at approximately 7:30 in the evening, his office was called to investigate a shooting at a residence in the 200 block of East North Street in Marcellus. The sheriff's office reports 2 male roommates were having an argument. The argument turned physical, and then one roommate, the 23-year-old suspect, pulled a handgun and shot the other roommate multiple times.
Wow.
The victim, 24-year-old Brandon James Clark, was transported to Bronson Trauma in Kalamazoo for his injuries. We don't have an update on his compromised condition at this time. The 23-year-old male was arrested and lodged at Cass County Jail, his name being withheld pending arraignment in 4th District Court. That investigation is ongoing. Anyone with information about the incident is encouraged to call the Cass County Sheriff's Office. Cases of flu and COVID-19 continue climbing, and health officials are strongly recommending that all individuals eligible get vaccinated against both. The Van Buren Cass District Health Department spokesperson Holly Young says they're seeing a concerning surge in cases in that area. Officials believe the surge is even stronger than what the data is showing them right now, because some people, they take the home tests. Obviously, those don't get into the system to be reported as part of the statistics, and they believe it's much higher than what they're even reporting right now. Young encourages unvaccinated individuals to make a point to get the flu and COVID vaccines. She says it's not too late. Just go. Go get the vaccine if you want to. You should.
If you want to.
If you want to. A proposal seeking to restore local control over industrial-scale energy projects is moving forward. The Board of State Canvassers has approved petition language brought by a group called Citizens for Local Choice. Leaders say the effort is about restoring local voices when it comes to wind and solar operations in the state. The organization has about 4 months now to collect a little more than 350,000 signatures to put the proposal on the November ballot. In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg.
We'll catch up with Dave Wolf and sports in just a few minutes. Also, our friends from ABC. But right now, let's find out what's happening around the state.
The Michigan News Network.
I'm Beth Fisher. Excitement over the line.
Good morning, everybody. We'll do a quick check on folks watching. Good morning to Bill.
Hey, Bill.
Good morning to Alex.
Alex.
Good morning to Diane.
Hi, Diane.
Good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a great start to your day, and all the other people that are watching.
We got a sad face on our feed. Why do we have a sad face?
What is that face?
Who did the sad face?
Is that the sad face? Oh, yeah, that is the sad face.
Who did the sad face?
Cheryl.
Cheryl,
what's your sad face?
Good morning, Cheryl. We hope your day gets
Probably
better.
when we were talking about the freezing rain.
Now, that could be.
Oh, my gosh. Not looking forward to that. I do not like freezing rain.
What do you think the accumulation of freezing rain is going to be?
That was so weird. I literally
How can they even predict that?
I have no idea. You wonder how they predict the inches of snow, especially when it's lake effect. You have no clue what's going to happen when it goes over that lake.
We saw it swirling on Saturday.
Yeah.
Because one of the things the meteorologists were getting all excited about was the pattern of the lake effect snow as it was over the lake. When it had that squiggle to it, that meant that it was really strong and it was going to continue for a while, which is why I think New Buffalo and other areas got that prediction that they were going to get hammered with snow, which they did.
And they did.
They did.
Man, it was and the LaPorte area and Michigan City area. My sister-in-law lives in Michigan City area, and 35 inches of snow.
What?
Yes, 35 inches of snow they got.
Oh, man.
They just got pummeled with snow, man.
I hope it was light snow.
Yeah, they were basically stranded. Yeah, that was.
You guys did you drive to New Buffalo on Saturday?
Saturday. Trying to think. What was Saturday?
Days are just running together.
Saturday we did.
Okay.
Yeah, I drove. Drove Jocelyn to
Okay.
there. We did fine.
Okay.
It was the afterwards.
Yeah.
It was Friday was really bad. Because what was weird though, because Jocelyn did open her shop on Friday, but closed early, and I thought she's going to be stuck there. She's going to have to go stay with her sister or mom, and sure enough, she was able to get through it. But the crazy part was, it was like once you got out of New Buffalo into like even Three Oaks, it was fine. And
so weird.
You go like past Michigan City towards Chicago, perfectly fine. Sunny skies, sunny blue skies. So it was just that big lake effect band that was just pretty much centered right around that area.
Yeah.
And then it shifted. And so Friday, we had a lot of snow that was coming our way.
Somebody doesn't like ice cream.
Diane says she has more snow than New Buffalo. How much snow do you have? Has anybody stuck the ruler down into the snow? Because I don't have a yardstick.
No yardstick. Do you have a meter stick?
I do. Yeah, no. We're only the metric system in my house. Everything is metric. No, I'm kidding. No, I don't have a yardstick, and there's times where this is like the only time I would want a yardstick. So I think what I'm going to do is I do have.
Why don't you just paint a yardstick on the back door?
Well, that's not a bad idea.
Or on the tree.
Yeah.
Or on
I
a
have
pole.
a bunch of like lath strips.
Yeah. Yep.
That basically that's exactly what a yardstick is.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just mark them.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll just mark it and make my own, and then pop that in my yard, and that's why I can. I've got the rain gauge. I've got the frog that does my rain gauge, which I hope I brought that inside.
Oh, it's probably frozen now.
Yeah, it's probably gone. But the I need to put the ruler out there so I can keep track of the snow, because I don't know how much I got. I'm gonna guesstimate probably 2 feet, probably close to 2 feet of snow.
That's a lot
at my house. So, how much does everybody else have at their house? Oh, Diane says she's going by her 4-foot fence, so she's trying to see, based off of that, how much snow.
Diane's doing that?
She's guesstimating.
Okay.
Off of that.
Diane, what we need you to do is go out into the yard, into the 4 feet of snow, and then take a picture back of to see. No, don't go out in the snow. No.
Bad idea.
No.
Yeah, you said you were trudging through the snow.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
That high?
We were in St. Joe, and the roads were just fine. You couldn't walk on the sidewalk just because it was an inconvenience, but it wasn't that deep.
Yeah.
But we did go down to the overlook on the bluff to look down onto the lake. It was pretty. It was pretty.
Yeah, when we drove, because I drove Jocelyn to work because my car has the all-wheel drive.
Yes.
So I said, I should probably drop you off. Because her car is like a little roller skate. So.
Yeah. Here, can you see that?
What do you got? That
was not going to show for. Oh, there it is.
There you go.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. And so in one of these pictures, you can see. Let's see here.
You can always toss that picture in the comments if you want.
Yeah, but if I do that, then it's going to go echoey. See how clean that line is on the lake?
Oh, yeah.
That's
nice.
just snow rolling over.
Nice.
Yeah, it looks like a scary movie coming out. Go. Something like that. Anyway, somehow, one of these days, I'll figure out how to make it into the comments without echoing.
Echoing? What do you mean?
Because remember when I had it on last week?
Oh, no, you just post the picture. You got a video? You got the video for it? Or is it just a picture?
Pictures.
If it's just a picture, you could just comment. Go to our one of our
go
pages.
On to one of the socials?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know, because I know on the system we have that keeps track of comments and things like that. But yeah, if you went to the Facebook page,
okay,
drop that in there.
I'll try that.
Anyways. Anybody do any cool things this weekend? I know Friday into Saturday was nasty, so I didn't know if anybody went anywhere. I know some events and things got canceled, which is not fun to see when that happens. It always sucks when you plan an event and then you have a snowstorm and you have to cancel it, and then you can't really reschedule it because it's too much to handle.
Yeah, you're talking about Brett Witkowski's event.
Yeah,
I mean, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, one of many events that got canceled, which that middle school basketball tournament, we talked about it on the show.
You did.
Well,
you had it on. You had it on. Got something to say.
Yep.
And then I ended up pulling a news story for it that I was going to use Monday, talking about all the great money they raised for Camp Leo. And then I was keeping in contact on Friday with Brett, and he was trying his darndest to keep that thing going.
Sure.
But it had to get canceled because of the weather. It was going to be the 17th annual Lions Club Middle School Basketball Tournament.
Yep.
They canceled this last weekend for a number of reasons. They won't reschedule this year, but they will reschedule it for next year. They'll hold the 17th annual. All the proceeds for that go to Camp Leo.
Right.
And so far, over the 16 previous tournaments that they've held, they've raised Brett said, between $50,000 and $60,000.
It's pretty
for that
awesome.
camp. That is amazing.
Yes, that's the bummer, is when you put together something and it's a fundraiser, when you're not able to do that. That happened the previous weekend too. There was a ton of events that I had talked with people about. They were really excited about happening, and a lot of those either got canceled or the attendance was way down because of the bad weather.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
Stupid winter.
We do like the snow, though.
Yeah, I like the snow. I do not like this ice that's coming.
No.
That is not cool.
No, we're going to have to watch that for power outages and that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. All right.
That'll be difficult.
Okie dokie, folks. Let's get back to the show here in just a couple of minutes, actually. We'll have our Moody on the Market update here in just a little while. I'll catch you up with some other stuff here, too. A new device. Ooh.
What's that?
Oh. I don't know. I got to look into more of this. I'm seeing a new device. I don't know if this was something that was at the CES or not.
What is it? What is it?
Called the Nasocalm. Nasocalm.
Nasocalm?
Yeah, we might talk about it here.
Let's talk about that because that sounds like it's going to keep my nose calm.
Yeah.
Naso.
Oh, this is an interesting thing too. When asking you this question, do you ever deal with any major injuries like knees, shoulders, joints, things like that? Do you ever have any of those? They said that 1 in 4 people can quote unquote feel it in their knees when a storm is coming.
I believe that.
Now, I injured my knee and ankles and fingers, a bunch of things when I was in high school, but I can feel it in my knee when it's either going to storm like rain or if it's going to snow. I can feel it. So I'm definitely one of those 1 in 4. But they say 1 in 4 Americans claim they can feel it in their joints when a storm is coming, but it is they say when the pressure drops, it can cause the tissue in your joints to swell and also cause headaches.
Yeah, I feel the headache.
You feel the headache.
Yeah, Stephanie feels the headache. I feel the headache, especially when the like in the last couple of snow systems that we've had come through, the low pressure has just really plummeted. And it's like, ouch, that really hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. Rather feel it in my knee, I think.
Yeah. It's not fun when you're walking though and you're like, oh man, why is my knee so stiff? All right, let's find out. Speaking of weather, let's see what's going on.
To start with cloudy skies, but during the course of today, we're going to warm up. We're going to see high temperatures around 32. As we get in late in the day, we could see some light snow mixed with some freezing rain, especially as we head into tonight. We'll stay near freezing or above. Some light icing possible across the area, and then we'll change to rain showers tomorrow. I'm WSBT 22 Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
Hey, good morning. You can be part of the show anytime. You can always call 925-WSJM. You can email let's talk at WSJM.com. We're on our Facebook, YouTube, and X. We've been talking about quite a lot of different things. We were just talking about as the weather changes and it's either going to rain or going to snow, do you feel it?
Do you feel it in your bones?
Do you feel it in your bones and in your knees and things like that? And they said that 1 in 4 people actually do feel it in their bones and feel it in their knees when a storm is coming. And they said it's a real thing. When the air pressure drops, it can cause the tissue in your joints to swell and also cause headaches. You said you deal with a little bit of headaches.
Headaches, yeah. Whenever the low pressure systems are fast and furious, headache is coming.
When the weather changes and allergy season is in full swing, do you deal with allergies?
I didn't used to.
Yeah, you have more. As
now
you get older,
do.
you get the seasonal.
Yeah. Although in the last couple of years, it hasn't been too bad. But yeah, I do get allergies.
Mine got really bad like right after high school.
Yeah.
I didn't have anything that ever bothered me except for penicillin. I can't do penicillin. I'm allergic to that. But anything, which is great. One of the things that fights allergies, I'm allergic to it.
No.
How ironic is that? But there's a new device that can help cure your allergies.
Cure. Okay.
They say.
I like it.
By electrocuting your nose.
Oh, I want to do that.
There's a new gadget called Nasocalm.
Oh dear Lord.
Now it's on Kickstarter. Basically what you do is you strap it to your face for 15 minutes a day, and it supposedly makes your allergies a lot better. So it's like electroshock therapy or something. Yeah,
It's
but
like
it does,
static charges or something.
it electrocutes your nose. It has 6 electrodes.
Oh dear.
3 for each nostril if you're keeping count.
Oh.
Or if you just want to get all 6 all in one.
Is it going up into your nose?
It delivers small. I'll have to look at the picture of this thing, but the nasocalm that delivers small electric shocks to stimulate the muscles in your nose. They say making your nose muscles contract and relax can help clear your sinuses and let you breathe easier. So it's small enough to take with you if you'd like. They have a promo video for this, shows a guy using it at his desk at work. Which,
oh boy.
Yes, of course, when I'm sitting at my desk having a Zoom call or chatting with friends, I'm gonna have my nose shocked. The downside is it's pretty bulky on your face, so you'll just be the weird guy in the office. But hey, that's not new. They plan to sell it for $100, and you can get it for $60 right now on Kickstarter. They claim it's going to ship by March, just in time for allergy season. Now, none of this anywhere says it works, because it's on Kickstarter. People can claim that it works.
What is it called again?
Nasocalm.
Nasocalm.
NASO calm.
Oh, there it is right there. Okay.
Yeah.
That's just weird.
It's got all these electrodes, and it doesn't look like it goes in your nose. It kind of looks like it goes around your nasal area.
Yeah. Yeah. I see the 3 electrodes per side, and it's kind of on the sides of your nose.
Yeah. My favorite part is the promo video. Or one of the promo videos around it is that classic black and white. Like, are you dealing with runny nose and allergies?
Gross.
Well, you need this, and then they switch to color. I always love that. That's my favorite. My favorite thing are the as seen on TV videos of what life is like before you actually get the product. Like, oh, you're having trouble washing your car? Oh, you're all twisted up in the hose and the bucket. It's going everywhere. That's the best. So yeah, if you want to get the nasocalm.
Why wouldn't you just spend 15 minutes rubbing your feet on shag carpet and zapping your nose? Or I guess you can't do that. You have to have somebody else do that.
That's not a bad idea.
Maybe 15 minutes, you and a buddy just zap each other's nose if you're suffering from allergies with static charges. Zip, zip.
Or
zip.
You just hook up a car battery.
No.
Probably too high a voltage.
No.
Voltage a little too high on that one.
Seems like a bad idea.
Can you just tase yourself?
Yeah, just tase yourself.
I've been tased before. It's pretty intense, but oh man, could you imagine getting tased in the face?
No.
No. That would not be fun.
With the little claws that shoot out.
Yeah, our friends that work for the state police and sheriff's department do not get any ideas. We do not. I'm not saying I want to be tased in the face, but I'm just wondering if anybody has been tased in the face, what that does to you. Maybe they don't have any allergies anymore.
We'll have to do a survey.
Yeah. So, anyways, coming up here in just a little bit, we'll have your Moody on the Market update. It's the morning show on 94.9 WSJM.
Everybody loves a bargain. Say it. You love a bargain. I love a bargain. He loves a bargain. She loves a bargain.
Yeah, so there you go. Pick up the nasocalm.
How much has it doing okay on Kickstarter?
$13,000 in pledges. Their goal was their goal could not have been only $250.
What?
It says pledged a $255 goal. 179 backers, 39 days to go. Yeah, $13,000. And I'm sure with us talking about it and other people talking about it,
yeah,
it's going to be a big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's kind of weird, but I mean, I know electrotherapy for a lot of different things can help with
your mood.
Yeah.
I think that was the olden days when.
When they did I'm not talking like that, but like what's that for like hairs and stuff? Electrolysis.
Oh yeah,
people do that.
Is that how you get rid of hair?
I think so.
Okay.
So that maybe this is the whole thing. I use for allergies and stuff.
Yeah.
I do the neti pot. Do you do the neti pot?
I have not done. I'm curious. of the neti pot?
For people that are playing at home and don't know what the
curious.
neti pot is.
Yeah.
It's looks like a little teapot. You put a saline salt solution thing, and you put water in there, and then you put it in one nostril, and then you tip over, and it goes in there, and that saline solution kind of cleans out your nostrils.
It makes sense.
It does.
I mean, but sometimes I do wonder about, okay, what would you have done if you were out in the wilderness and you didn't have the conveniences of modern day? Would you have, I don't know, warmed up some water and snorted it and then spit it out?
Maybe.
Yeah. But I like the idea of the neti pot.
Yeah. You should try it out. I'll get you one. I'll get you one. You can try it out. Try it once. Try it once. And then
do they make disposable neti pots?
The one I have is plastic. It's a plastic little neti pot.
Okay.
So I'm able to wash it easily.
All right.
All right, let's get back to the show and get to your Moody on the Market update.
Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
Want to know what's going on with Southwest Michigan's business? Well, we got you covered at moodyonthemarket.com and the Moody on the Market app. Our team of contributors always on it. Last week, it was only Ken because he was... Everybody else was on vacation except for him. When do you get the vacation?
Halfway around the world. My life is a vacation.
When do you get a vacation?
I don't know. We'll have to figure that out because I want to do some traveling this year.
Your Moody on the Market update now, where we tell you about some of those great stories, brought to you by our friends at Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners agency with locations in St. Joseph and in Niles.
And one of the things that we talk about are interesting people you should know at Moody on the Market. And so we received a column from our friends at Shays, the South Haven area emergency services folks, and they wrote about a very committed volunteer. Yeah.
That's cool.
Ron Ridley. So when the call, so this was submitted by Shays Chief Brandon Hins and Tom Renner about a very committed volunteer. And so they wrote, when a call went out for an additional help to staff a fire station during a recent winter storm this weekend, among the first to volunteer was off-duty South Haven area emergency services responder Ron Ridley. But it's no surprise. He's been doing that kind of selfless stuff for nearly half a century.
Yeah, later this month, he's going to be 67.
Yep.
Or he's already 67. The Shays captain will conclude a 45-year career of service to the community. And it started in his high school days in Casco Township. Now, the owner of the farm where he worked was a Casco volunteer fireman. And he says when the alarm sounded, I would join him on the fire call. I didn't have fire gear, but I pulled a lot of hoses as well back then. So he's continued to do that. He became an official member of the Casco department in 1979, rising through the ranks to the chief in the final months before Casco became part of the South Haven area, or Shays, South Haven Area Emergency Services Authority at age 40 back in 1995.
Yeah, he left a 20-year career as a machinist at Getman Manufacturing to join Shays. He was promoted to captain in 2010. He's a two-time recipient of the department's Firefighter of the Year award back in 2002 and in 2019. Nice. And what they say, Brandon Hinn says, Ron has been an inspiration to all of us in many, many ways. He's extremely humble, hardworking, with servant attitude attributes, and we should all strive to emulate his actions. So congratulations for 45 years of service. That is fantastic. You want to read that full article, check it out. It's at moodyonthemarket.com. Interesting people you should know.
I love that he just was like, I don't have a fire gear, but I'll move some hoses around. I'll help out where I can.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Pretty cool stuff. Check that story out at moodyonthemarket.com and the app. Your update brought to you by our friends at Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners agency with locations in St. Joseph and in Niles. Coming up here in just a few minutes, we'll check in with Dave Wolf with sports. We'll have news. We'll also talk with our friends from the Berrien Community Foundation about some great things they have going on. So all that coming up next on the morning show.
We're watching over you. I am
45 years doing one thing.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really cool.
Especially volunteering. It's awesome.
Yeah.
What do you get when you do something for 45 years?
Headache.
Relief after celebrating that 45 years. Like, what are you going to do? What's it like, for people that do something, the same thing over and over for a very, very long period of time, like, what's it like for them once they stop doing it? Because I obviously have never done anything for 45 years. Like, radio's the longest thing that I've been doing, and that's been 18 years. But 45 years of doing and being a part of the same thing, like, what's life like afterwards? I'm sure my guess is he's not volunteering. He's still gonna volunteer in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
He's just gonna step down from doing a lot of the fire stuff.
I've met people who have served decades in the same position, and they enjoy their work. They're very knowledgeable. They're very deep in their technical knowledge. But then they also, in their home life, they have something that's related to their work, and they have a hobby that's very vested in as well.
Right.
Whether that's outdoor fishing or indoor model making or whatever have you. So I think it's just, look at the commitment.
Right.
That's amazing.
But I'm sure you'll see him at like I'm sure you'll see Ron at like a pancake breakfast or
chili
like
feeds and all that
some
stuff.
of those things helping out in some way.
If you see the picture, he's the epitome of a fireman because he's got the mustache. And
he's got the fireman mustache, and many years of fine tuning that thing.
Yeah,
that's a good fireman's mustache.
Absolutely,
because there's different from a cop mustache. Cop stash and fireman stash, in my opinion, are different.
Well, the fireman stash, it strikes me as bushy. What's the cop stash?
I think it's a little more clean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little more straightforward.
Yeah.
And right to the point there.
Okay.
So
how's the microphone?
No, I don't know. It can hold a chop. Can withstand a chop. All right, everybody. We're going to wrap up things
Thank you
here.
all for joining us.
You have a great day, and we'll talk to you again.
Do we have two sad faces now?
No, we have. This is.
Or is that a heart?
This is a crying face.
Oh, we have
crying, laughing, crying,
crying.
Face. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fine.
Yeah, not a sad face.
Thank you for joining
a
us.
heart and a sad face. My guess is Cheryl had never commented back, but my guess is she was sad face because of the ice.
Okay.
The impending ice storm that we have coming.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Be safe, and we'll talk to you again soon.
See you.